Hey everybody, thanks for joining me this evening. Today's video is on a whiskey, bourbon, whatever you want to call it. I forgot what product they're doing here, but anyways, these guys are doing tasting, okay? These guys are like professionals. They go for the smell, they check the smell, whatever you want to call it, the olfactor. They do everything professionally, so these guys know their stuff. They know their products, names and everything. Okay, so like I said, this is on Jim Beam or Beam. I was on a group and they asked, "What do you remember? Is it Jim Bean or Jim Beam with the name?" Okay. Before I get further into the video, please hit the like button and subscribe. Okay. Um, as for myself, I cannot really say what I remember because at one point I do remember laughing at the name Jim Bean. Okay. But then I also remember seeing Jim Beam. And like I told somebody else, it could just be like once it changed, we never really paid full attention to it, so our mind just accepted it and made it as normal. Okay, so I can't give a sure answer, but let's watch this residue. This guy right here, this is about from 2013 or 2012. I can't remember, but look at the name of the spelling up there. Bourbon Brothers Review number 27, Jim Beam Signature Bourbon.
Yes, this is the 12-year expression. This is one of Beam's newer products. They are really on this craft kick this year, 2014.
Clearly sounds like he said bean. See if I can find the other parts where they talk about it.
Out on a limb and assume this is probably a 12-year white label, probably something like that. So it's definitely much more oaky than your typical Jim Beam product.
Yeah, that's certainly the first thing I get as well. Some of that Jim Beam yeast that we all know and
Okay, so they're clearly saying Jim Beam. Okay, that's number one. This guy right here.
Harold.
Oops, let me get past this commercial.
But I
Let me pause it right quick.
it's time once again for...
Okay, this guy spells it Jim Beam up there. Okay, now listen to what he says. This is why I say I'm wondering if he came back into the video and edited afterwards, because what he's saying in the video is totally different than what he's saying up there on the top. That's the title. So I'm thinking he probably watched it later on, maybe whenever it changed, and he probably thought, well, I'm saying Jim. Well, let's just listen to the video.
Another exciting review. Today we are reviewing one of my all-time favorite products. This right here, Jim Beam Bourbon Kentucky Straight.
Okay, he's looking right at the bottle and he says Jim Beam. He's looking right at the bottle. So I'm pretty sure he knows what he's saying, what he's reading. He's reading Jim Beam. So for the title to say Jim Beam, I'm thinking he went back into the video and he probably edited after he saw that he was pronouncing it wrong. You know what I mean? Because look at the wall up there, the poster up there. Whatever the little block says, Jim Beam. But as you can see, he was reading Jim Beam right here.
Great bourbon whiskey right here, folks. Now this is the aged 4 years. I don't know if you can see it right there.
Okay, I found the next spot where he talks about it. Here it goes.
Jim Beam right now. What is left of it? This is all I've got left pretty much because
I don't know if I was recording right now. Let me go back a little bit so you guys can hear one more time just in case I missed it.
Jim Beam right now. What is...
Okay, as you can see, he says this is his all-time favorite whiskey, okay? And he's going to know what he's talking about because he says it's his favorite product. He's looking right at the bottle. He's looking right at the bottle, so he should know what he's talking about, okay? Look at this guy. Jim Beam Tour. Jim Beam.
This is the Jim Beam Visitor Center in Kentucky.
He's saying Jim Beam Visitor Center, and he's looking right at the big building up there that says Jim Beam. Now, what's happened here is that the signing up there, the writing on the building has changed, but during his time of filming, he's looking right at the building saying Beam. Come on, guys. I mean, this is obvious. I'm pretty sure if somebody looks at the big sign like that, they're going to know what they're saying.
Visitor Center in Kentucky. I can't... This is the Jim Beam Visitor Center.
As you can see, he even pauses and reads it. He goes, "This is Jim Beam Visitor Center." So, of course, let's see these old guys right here.
Hey everybody, we know you like our videos, especially the taste testing. Of course, just got to mention no drinking and driving because we would never do that. But something new and exciting is out there. Jim Beam Apple. They just came out with it. So
Look at that. He's looking right at the bottle. He's looking right at the bottle. He's looking right at it when he says something new came out. Jim Beam Apple. Looking right at the bottle. I mean, how can you... I know there's going to be trolls trying to go against it and saying otherwise. But this is clearly, he's looking right at the bottle, guys.
something new and exciting is out there. Jim Beam Apple. They just
Jim
came
Beam
out with it.
Apple.
So we're gonna taste test it. Normally Jim Beam products are really good, right? We like their bourbons and everything. So this is a little bourbon with.
He said usually Jim Beam products are good. Okay, let me pause it right quick so the video won't go too long. I'm going to look for some more residue. Okay, I found a song by George Thorogood and the Destroyers, I Drink Alone. Let's listen to what he says.
I'ma tell the truth. So I called up my pal Jack Daniels and his partner Jimmy Beam, and we drank alone. I'm my pal Jack Daniels and his partner Jimmy Beam, and we drank alone.
He says in his partner, Jimmy Bean. Jimmy Bean, okay?
You've got to capture the flag to complete.
Alright guys, so we saw some of the video proofs, and here is some newspaper proofs from several newspapers, archives. Jim Beam Bourbon, okay? Jim Beam. You might be thinking, well, that's on the newspaper, they misspelled. Believe me, on the newspaper, they got to spell everything right. And they have the ads in front of them when they have them. So, this is as accurate as you can get. Again, watch my other videos and you'll understand. Jim Beam Bourbon. Now look on the bottle, shows Jim Beam. Like I told you guys on the last video, the quantum computers end up changing the labels on products or buildings. Sometimes the spelling, but also on the spelling, they never hardly mess with it. I don't know why. Unless it's in the book that I've noticed. But right here you see a Jim Beam Bourbon, Jim Beam on the bottle. And I'm telling you, these newspapers have to spell everything right. And they've been doing it for a long time, okay? That one was from 1971. Come on, guys, okay? Again, Jim Beam Bourbon. Where's it at? Jim Beam, okay? There it is, spelled for you. Let me see if I can find the bottle. Which the bottle's just going to show Jim Beam again, but there it is, like I said, the quantum computers are not perfect to where they sometimes leave some residue behind. That's why you might get lucky and you'll find, that one says Jim Beam there. You might find some old residue. You might get lucky. You just have to do a lot of looking. See, now they're saying Jim Beam and they're from 93. Wait, hold on. Let me check my eyes, because I swear I just saw Jim Beam right here. And then it switched to Beam. Maybe I'm already seeing stuff. I don't know, guys. But anyways, here's your proof of residue. I can't say for sure what I remember, like I said, okay? But be sure you comment below. Hit the like button if you enjoy this video, and then comment below what you remember. Do you remember Jim Beam or Jim Beam? And share this video around, okay, guys? Like I always say, thanks for watching. Be sure you stay vigilant and always stay in constant contact with God. Yeah, a lot of people seem to be wanting to lose their minds over this kind of stuff. Some people want to have nervous breakdowns. It's not that big of a deal, guys. Just go along with the flow and you'll be all right, okay? This is an exciting time. I don't actually see this as a positive, but I see it as a negative because there's something bigger coming. But to me, it's an exciting time to see all this stuff changing right in front of our faces and our eyes. Okay, guys. So again, thanks for watching. Be sure to hit the like button and thank you. Have a good night.